Hi everyone, I'm Coach Greg. In this video, we will discuss how to improve your results in the deadlift. The video will present exercises that will help you overcome the phases of the movement that you are having trouble with. But before we start, I want to ask you to like this video and subscribe to the channel. First, let's talk about special exercises that can help you overcome the breakdown in the deadlift. The moment of failure in the deadlift is the point at which the barbell rises from the ground. This phase of the exercise is considered one of the most difficult for several reasons, but I will talk about the most important one. In the initial phase, it takes a lot of force to overcome static resistance and move the bar off the ground. The muscles have to work very hard to initiate the movement. There are a huge number of exercises to overcome this point, but I will try to tell you about the two main ones that you will surely progress with. The first exercise will be deadlift floor to knees. This exercise is aimed at developing strength and technique in the initial phase of the classic deadlift. Its main purpose is to improve mechanics and power in the part of the movement that is most critical for the success of the entire lift. That is the initial phase. It is performed simply, as a shortened version of the deadlift. You need to take the starting position, then smoothly remove the bar from the platform and pulling it to your knees. Release it to the starting position. This movement helps to accentuate the breakdown phase and focus on your technique. It is also worth remembering that an abrupt start of the movement, when the lifter tries to lift the bar with a quick jerk, often leads to loss of favorable angles and rounding of the back. That's why many coaches recommend to remove the bar from the platform with a smooth but powerful and confident movement, actively accelerating the projectile only after it comes off the platform. Personally, I advise you to start with smaller weights to understand the movement itself. The second exercise is slow start deadlift. This is also to work on the breakdown phase. This is another exercise to work on the stall phase, where the lifter learns to release the bar in a smooth and controlled manner. After starting position, the lifter slowly starts the movement, intentionally stretching the stall phase. Depending on the weight of the weight and the athlete's skills, the movement can be slowed down by varying amounts. After passing knee level, the athlete straightens up at normal speed. This movement not only has a positive effect on the tear phase and quadriceps strength, but also improves back support and optimal torso tilt. I would also suggest lowering the working weight to understand how the movement is performed and then start working with heavier weights. The next phase of the movement is the phase that comes after the knees. This phase is difficult because here you need to watch the technique especially carefully. The first exercise will be deadlift from blocks. This is a variation of the classic deadlift in which the bar is not placed on the floor, but on an elevation such as plinths or blocks. This technique changes the amplitude of the movement, so it will help to work this phase more accentuated. You can adjust the height depending on the phase of movement you are having trouble with. If you don't have plinths in the gym or other special blocks, you can use regular pancakes. This exercise will also help you keep your back more straight throughout the movement, as there is no stalling phase. I would advise you to use straps in this movement, as the weight will be obviously more than your working weight. The technique is exactly the same as in the previous variations, but you can pull the bar off the plinths a little faster. The next exercise is the Romanian Deadlift. It also helps to deal with the phase that comes after the knees, but that's not the main reason why I decided to include it in this list. You need to realize that in order to lift a lot, you need to have a strong posterior chain, that is, the glutes and the back of the thigh. That's where this exercise will help us. It's more geared towards hypertrophy, but I also suggest incorporating it into your training program to improve your results. Another plus will be bigger legs, which is at least beautiful. But it's worth remembering that this is only an auxiliary exercise, and you shouldn't forget about the main movement, as without it, you won't be able to properly refine your technique. On this note, the video comes to an end. Thank you all for watching it to the end.